the speakers. Craig, over to you. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in the hall.
No. Now you can hear me. That's fantastic. Okay, as Andrew said, my name's Craig Turp. I'm the editor of Emerging
We're starting
Europe.
the second.
Andrew's still got his mic on. We are starting. Okay, so I've got four fantastic guests joining me for this discussion. So I'm going to invite them onto the stage. First of all, we had Vladimir Spasov, who's the CEO of M&S Hydraulic. Come and take a seat, please, Vladimir. Next, we have Ivo Zhokov of AT Plast. Anywhere you like. From Smart Solar, we have Halil Demirdag, who's also on his way. And last but not least, Velizar Dimitrov from eDynamics. Okay, gentlemen, you've all got microphones, so no excuses not for saying anything. The idea of this particular discussion was to focus on companies who are already active in Stara Zagora, around the municipality, around the district. Obviously the overarching theme of this event is to try and encourage more people to come and set up shop in Stara Zagora. But we thought that it would be a very good idea to actually hear from my colleagues on stage here about their experience of doing business, setting up shop in Stara Zagora, a little bit about why they did so, and the experiences that they've had so far. So I think, firstly, gentlemen, if each of you could just give a little introduction about yourselves, about your companies, and what brought you to Stara Zagora. So we will go in order of how you sat yourselves down. So we'll kick off with Vladimir. Nope. It's green, but it's...
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Vladimir Spasov, and I'm CEO of M&S Hydraulic, one of the biggest manufacturers in the world of hydraulic motors and steering unit. I'm originally from the region. I'm born in Sofia, but then I finished school in Kazanlak. It's a town 35 kilometers from here. Then I have engineering education from the Naval School in Varna, economic degree from the university in Svistov, working in the company from 25 years, and I'm CEO already 11 and a half years of the company. So the company is one of the big companies in Bulgaria with 1,050 employers, with a turnover of the last year of about 120 million euro. That's with few words for me.
Okay, and just why Stara Zagora? That would be that's what we want to hear.
Look, the reason to be in the district of Stara Zagora for a company, it's a long story. The company is actually established in 1963, so that was a kind of a government policy in its moment. And what I can say is what are the benefits of the Stara Zagora district is that here we have really a lot of industry. We have a concentration of a lot of different industries, which, from the other point of view, is a very good opportunity also for the future investors, because we have the experience, we have a lot of skilled people, and really we have the tradition.
Okay, thank you. Ivo, you're next in line.
So, my name is Ivo Žekov. I am one of the co-owners of AT Plus, and it's a family-owned company. It's established in Stara Zagora before 30 years. So that's the reason why we're here. We're just originally from here. But anyway, the company is, as I said, is established before 30 years. Now it's one of the leading Bulgarian producers of polyethylene films and packaging. And 70% of our production is sold abroad. So one of the reasons to proceed to invest here is that really there are a lot of skilled people during the years. Some came from the old factories, which were situated in the region. Now they are also young people. I think at the moment that's all.
All right, thank you. Let's move on to Halil from Smart Solar.
Здравейте. My name is Halil Demirdag, and I'm from originally Turkey, but I'm doing business in Bulgaria actually almost 30 years as well. 1994, the first time I come to Sofia when I was a boy, a university student. We are doing solar business last 15 years. This year will be 16th year in solar. We are one of the first companies who go into this business when solar was very expensive. But going into details of the industry, we had the chance to see how deep and how cheap will be the solar industry, and that was a right decision. And other than solar we start first with solar investments. The first 5 megawatt of the 5 megawatt installed in Bulgaria in 2011. We were 20% market share, so we are a really early starter, of course, and then everybody fly in to the country. Solar business started to grow as investments. During this time, China got almost all the industry, all the solar industry as solar module and solar cell production. During this time, Turkey decided to create this industry and put very huge walls for the import of solar cells and modules. And during this time, our company, other than making solar power plant investments, also investing in engineering, decided to go with the solar cell and module production. We established our factory in skirts of Istanbul in Gebze area, which is a huge industrial area. Then we go further for cell investment in Turkey, and we have established our factory in Izmir area, which is more export oriented to US and other countries. We are today a cell and module producing company with engineering abilities to install a solar power plant from A to Y. And why we are here? Because we are in solar energy business, green energy business from the first day in Bulgaria. The law was even not announced. And during this green transaction, the green deal, we know that Stara Zagora needs local products as well. The idea of European Union and Bulgaria is that this industry should not die in Europe. And Bulgaria is one of the areas where we can, at least with a better cost, we can keep this industry in Europe. So our company decided to invest in this area where, let's say, the green transition is mostly needed. And the local authorities were very welcoming. The ministries were very supportive. And that's why we choose Stara Zagora. Of course, I can say more things, but this is what our company is doing. And we want to bring our abilities from the border. It's only 100 kilometers to here, with educated already people to move from here to there, to make them ready to come from there to here, and to again to establish a solar cell and module facility here, where we can hopefully support all the Green Deal in Bulgaria and in Europe. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Halil. Veli,
Hi,
over
guys.
to you.
Thank you.
Another Stara Zagora local, I believe.
Yes, I am a Stara Zagora local, and thanks for the invitation, Rossi. And I must say that the previous panel was really impressive. I've got to say that. Really interesting overview. So a bit about myself. As I said, born and bred in Stara Zagora. Currently the CTO of Dynamics Bulgaria, which is part of Dynamics Global UK. Now, my background is technical. I studied in the UK, and I believe in 2000 I graduated computer studies, and then I worked for a local company in Newcastle upon Tyne for 9 years. And then I started to believe in myself. So I decided to become self-employed and started consulting various businesses and offering them solutions. And it's an interesting story, but the company started because of an accident and a traffic jam. I'm not going to go into detail, but that gave me the opportunity to talk to what turned out to be my future business partner. There's three of us, actually, and we came up with an idea of a product which was to be a competitive, the only offering on the UK market at the time. And it took us about 7-8 months to come up with the first version of this product. It started becoming more and more successful. So it wasn't long after that when we had to make a decision where to base our first office and our first employee, apart from us three. And it was said a couple of times at the time, cost was a major factor. I've got to admit this. 10 years ago, 15 years ago even. Massive difference, not so much nowadays, by the way. But at the time, cost was a major factor, so we decided to do it in Bulgaria. And I kind of considered Sofia, Plovdiv, Varna, the more established IT cities in Bulgaria, but I decided to make it difficult for myself and came back to my hometown. So somehow we managed to put a team of 7 together within a year. Next year, that team became 13. And by that time, we had 3 products already. And things started to explode. And I mean explode. All of a sudden, we needed another 20 people, and fast. And like my colleagues on stage, where they've got available pool talent, we didn't. Stara Zagora, as everyone knows, had traditions in IT, but that was a long, long time ago. And the local talent of pool was virtually non-existent. So we had to do something. We looked at external academies. We looked at what's available in Sofia for quick training, et cetera, but none of it really was long-term, sustainable long-term, if you like. So we thought, right, why don't we start educating our own people? We do have the technical skills, we do have the knowledge, we know exactly what we need. So this way we can fast-track people into the knowledge and skills that our company needs as and when it needs it. So I believe it was 2013 or 14 when we started our first training program, internal training program, with 8 people initially. And we've done it ever since. And I would say that probably 85% over 80% for sure, of our employees have come through the internal academy. It's a major investment, but long term it really pays off. And we're going to continue doing it because that's probably the best thing we've ever done as a company. What we do, we work for the automotive sector, mainly the UK, but we've now got exposure in Europe, several countries, Norway, Italy, Germany, Poland, Slovenia, Croatia, and so on, probably Netherlands. But our main market is the UK. And what we do is software for the automotive sector. And what the software does is it allows franchise dealerships, garages that sell vehicles, cars. We run their sales and after-sales processes via our software. It's a software as a service, platform-based, subscription-based. And we currently offer something like 24 modules that are joined and share data within a single platform called Exto. Last year's information, we are installed in something like 6,700 dealerships, I believe. And over the last 3-4 years, we have started working more and more with OEMs, with manufacturers. We have several partners in this area: Hyundai, Volkswagen, Renault, Nissan, Lexus, Toyota. I can carry on. It's quite a few brands, yeah. And now we are literally being pushed into Europe. That's going to be painful because we haven't got enough people to cover the scale of projects that's required by us. But that's our problem, and I suppose it's a really good problem to have.
It is. It is. I mean, one of the broader aims of this, this whole project that's going on in Stara Zagora at the moment is, it's to keep young people from Stara Zagora here, and is to encourage people from Stara Zagora who have left to return to well-paid, skilled jobs. And I actually think it's great that, we've got 3 people here who are all locals, who are all still here, who are all, running businesses. One of you has actually come back, so you are a very good advert for Stara Zagora in that respect. You're all from very different sectors, so that does kind of show the diversity of, what's possible in Stara Zagora. But maybe each of you could, just think a little bit about what particular sectors the city should be looking at, trying to attract investment in. I mean, which sectors do you see the biggest potential for growth?
So, as I mentioned in my previous words, really the region of Stara Zagora and all the districts around is a region where we have really diversity of different economic activity. Just an example, the sector where we are working, and we have about 10 more companies in the region of Kazanlak and around, is a hydraulic sector. And that's a tradition which was established really a long time ago in Bulgaria, and that's a tradition which is still, it's proceeding to be like that, and it's still developed. Something which is important for the region of Stara Zagora is really the professional schools, which in the latest few years, in a cooperation with the local governments in Stara Zagora, Kazanlak, and the others, are really working in the direction of developing a dual education where you can meet the young people with the reality of the business, and working in a very, very close relations also with the business. So this is something which definitely will be paid back in the following years. So as I told you, so the tradition is the most important to attract the investors in the field of machine building and hydraulic manufacturing, for example. From other side, now with the green transition, it's true that there will be really a lot of people which will be available to work. Definitely the labor cost in the region, from one side, is attractive for the investors. Definitely it's not so low, so it's attractive also for the people which are living in the region. This is one of the few regions in Bulgaria where we have also universities. We have the Trajan University in Stara Zagora. There is a branch of the Technical University in Kazanlak. And what is really amazing is that from the academic point of view, there is really again a close relations between the business and the education. We as a business are always participating in making the programs for education, the programs which are really in the direction to have a people which should be useful for the business. So speaking about the green transition and the people which probably will be available at the labor market in a couple of years, I think now is the right time to start to re-educate part of them, because there is a really excellent engineers, but in any case there are a lot of people which have been working all of their life in the sector of the mining. So now is really the time to start this process in order to be completed within the time for the implementing every actions for the green transition.
Okay, thank you. Ivo.
Okay, it's a very tough question, but
I only ask tough questions.
in my opinion, the local authorities have to try to attract high-valued business. Because low-cost production is not it's not an option. If someone is cheap, there is always someone who is cheaper than him. So in this case, as Vladimir said, there's a lot of engineers who will be on the labor market after some years, and in this case, it's according to me, it's better to invest in machine production, machine building, spare parts, things like that.
Okay, great. Halil, I mean, obviously you're already in the renewable energy sector. I mean, is there more potential for this region?
I think this is one of the most favorable regions, because, as I told, there are the coal mines and the coal power plants that has to change. And during this change, as colleagues said, there will be an unemployment. And let me tell you about my history. By the way, I'm an engineer, industrial engineer, and we have tried to invest in Bulgaria with a Korean company like 28 years ago. And when we visited the investment agency, there was no subsidies for textile business. They were a textile company, and I was like, okay, the salaries are like $80, $100 at that time. And they said, we don't want to support such industry. And I was really very, very surprised, because there was a lot of unemployment, and the ministry was saying they don't want to support such an industry, and the Korean company was shocked. And those times we had employees with such salaries. We have been employing people in Bulgaria more than 29, 30 years. What I can say, because maybe when you are, I have two legs, mainly abroad and Bulgaria, living in Bulgaria as well. I'm an honorable citizen of Bulgaria. I'm joking with my Bulgarian friends. They didn't do anything to be a Bulgarian. I paid taxes, I invested, and so on. So I'm more Bulgarian than most of them. Some of them didn't do anything. So the thing is that Bulgaria has not been asking for cheap labor or people to come here and invest for cheap labor. The population is low, and it will be very stupid to invest in low, let's say, paid businesses. So I don't think that no businessman coming to Bulgaria is, especially nowadays, looking for such a thing when I faced this 27 years ago, possibly. So we approach here because of the Green Deal. The European Union is, by the way, everybody's saying that the technology is in China. Yes, the production is in China. But let's look to the technology altogether. Today in solar industry, there are three main technologies, TOPCon. The name belongs to Fraunhofer Institute, Germany. So Germany owns the name TOPCon technology. We have PERC, which is gonna leave the market few years time. It's German patented. We have heterojunction, which used to belong to, now there's no patent issue. It was developed by Japanese, by Swiss companies. So the today's highest efficient products are still coming from those inventions. So Europe should at least have some production to keep these inventions in solar industry. And day by day, all the things shows us very clear that big data, AI, more and more storages of data, we need more and more energy. And this energy, we don't want any more from coal. Before, if you look in the European map of carbon dioxide, it was a reality that around Stara Zagora, there was a brownish cloud every time. That is one of the most, let's say, carbon incentive areas. So Bulgaria is already changing this. And during this change, solar is the cheapest energy today. Bulgaria is more favorable compared to many European countries because, like, if you do a solar plant in Germany, maximum production you can have from 1 megawatt installed is 1 million kilowatt hours. But in Bulgaria, in this area, or in general in Bulgaria, you can reach 1.4, 1.5 million. It means like 40, 50% more energy with the same investment. So this is a favorable area. It means that your cost of electricity can be lower. This means that industries such as, today we are talking AI and all other industries that need a lot of energy can also choose Bulgaria. This is, I think, an opportunity. Bulgaria also, on the other side, has very strong grid system. Because of the, if you check the communism time, there were so huge factories, and the carbon targets in Bulgaria are very easy to catch because you have to go to 1990s, and Bulgaria is very, very, very lucky because 1990s the carbon emissions were very, very high in Bulgaria. So for Bulgaria to go to 1990s is the easiest thing. It means that Bulgarian industry will have one of the lowest risk for carbon taxes. That's a very good opportunity also for the people. Regarding Stara Zagora, I had a project. Actually, it was for Sofia, but I mean, for me, Sofia and Stara Zagora, I mean, they are in close cities. Sofia is becoming a more service city, like many capitals, than production. Our project was called Sofia Heart of Balkans, so we can adapt it as also Stara Zagora Heart of Balkans. We have about 150 million population in this area, plus minus, like a radius of 600 kilometers. So this is a good place to serve not only your own population, but also to serve around. I think that we were talking about the neighbors. Turkish industry is a good opportunity also for Stara Zagora and for Bulgaria, because when you need spare parts or when you need some equipment, maybe even more expensive than some other exporters, but a very fast, you can like bring, if you know, the industry knows it, you know, sometimes you just need some small equipment which the factory stops, and you can just bring it in a few hours, maybe from industrial equipment supplier also from our country, our neighbor country, Turkey. So this area have a lot of chances. What I see is in this green transition, and hopefully we will be also helping for that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Betty, what about the possibilities for expansion in your sector?
Yeah, I agree with everything that the guys have said. I mean, if you let's just think as a young person, for example, because you mentioned the word.
We're all young.
Well, of course we are. Yeah, 50 is the new 30. Okay, but yeah, a young person, what do they want? The younger generation expect to be well paid. That's a fact. Everyone wants to be well paid. They want to have a decent life-work balance, which is not true for our industry, but nevertheless, they do want that. Some of them want busy life. Those guys will go to Sofia, naturally, or the bigger city. Some of them don't like the busy life, or have seen the busy life one way or another. They want a more balanced approach, more balanced life. Those are likely to choose Stara Zagora, but only if they can progress their careers locally. So I completely agree with the guys that we should be aiming for a highly skilled force rather than just a labor force, which is non-skilled. And yeah, our sector is one of the most attractive. I mean, probably 90% of the younger generation, they are growing with those digital devices around them. I mean, hell, my 6-year-old is better with digital devices than my wife already. So it's only natural for them to look for something that relates to technology and digitalization. In fact, I'm of the opinion that everyone or anyone, any employee that hasn't got digital skills within 5 years will be obsolete. That's my opinion. Any business that hasn't been digitalized will be obsolete eventually. So yeah, IT is a really, really good thing to concentrate on. And I know that it's going to be tricky because going back to my comment about the lack of talent pool in town, that makes it difficult for a company to step into the local market. I know that the transition department is working hard on this. I know that they're working with Trakia University, they're working with the local business as much as possible, trying to work with schools. We also try to help them, I mean, in the shape of, we have had lecturers in schools. Every summer, similar to Vladimir, every summer we work with schools to have 30 to 40 interns on a program. We help them, try to, have spark that interest in IT from a younger age. And that's where I think a lot of work has to be done. Everyone so far mentioned education. I'm going to concentrate on two things: quality of education. Education is existing, but the quality of it, to me, is not up to scratch, not yet. There's a lot of work to be done there, a lot of work from a younger age, not just university, middle school, high school. We need to reinstate what we used to have in the shape of out-of-class activities. Dual education was mentioned, workshops, all sorts of things, events, more of it. But with more, not just let's talk about what we need to do, actually do it. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, again, speaking about the IT, as an IT sector representative, if a company, let's just say that there is a skill force, if they wanted to come to town, they will struggle to find a decent, well-equipped office space. We all know that. That's something that needs also addressed. If I could add to this, perhaps the quickest way to have some competition, because competition, as you know, is healthy, yeah? And I would love to see some competition in town, is probably, luckily, pandemic, one of the side effects of the pandemic was that quite a few of the people that are born in Stara Zagora and prefer to live in Stara Zagora because of that work-life balance and, the lack of traffic jams, etc. It goes with every big city. Some of them, in fact, quite a few of them, are now in town. They work from home, and perhaps some of those companies will see this. I think it died, yeah. Some of those companies will see this as an opportunity to open a branch in Stara Zagora and base a team around the people that are here already. That could be another way, another avenue for the IT sector in Stara Zagora to develop a little bit. Yep.
Okay, that's great. I think we've got time for one more question. So I'm going to put each of you on the spot, really. I mean, you know, you are active in Stara Zagora, you have business in Stara Zagora, some of you are from Stara Zagora. To an investor who is looking at Stara Zagora as a place to set up shop, in whatever industry it might be, what would your advice be to them?
Look, first, Stara Zagora is in Bulgaria, and I think Bulgaria is an attractive place for investment. In terms of taxes, in terms of educated people. From other side, Stara Zagora is really in the middle of Bulgaria. It's probably one of the best positioned district in Bulgaria. So we have 2 hours to reach the capital, Sofia. We have 1.5 hours to reach the sea for any kind of the sea shipments or any kind of other collection, or to go for a vacation is also an option. We have 3.5 hours to reach Istanbul, 3.5 hours to reach Bucharest. So it's really unique place from the term of positioning the region. From other side, what I would like really to say is not because the people from the local government are here, but really it's one of probably even the only place in Bulgaria where the local government is so deeply engaged with the business, with the interest of the business, and with the needs of the business. So really compliments for everything which is done from the local government.
Okay, that's great. Ivo, a few words from you.
I have the following advice for everyone who wants to come and to invest here. He should use the industrial zone which was established from the local authorities.
Marica, no?
It's Zagore. Because in this case, you have the fastest way to make your investment. I mean, everything is ready. You have the whole infrastructure, you have the place, you just have to make the building and start to produce.
So the idea is you can be up and ready much quicker here than you could somewhere else. Yeah, that's good to hear. Halil.
I can say that our name is smart, so we made a smart choice, I think. So you can follow us. Our colleagues are saying actually very precise things, but I would like to add one thing. Actually, also there is one thing that Stara Zagora region, the development is not only in industry, it's also in living conditions. And I strongly suggest what was done sometimes in a good way, sometimes in not a very good way, the city planning to be done so that there can be nice places that people who coming here can live, because any foreign investor will bring some people and they don't want to travel from long distances, and these connections between the city and the industrial zones, and the future planning of the traffic, because today you may not have it, but if you want to increase the intensity in the city and get more investments, the perfect working municipality should take actions for the city planning and prepare new living locations as well. Because today there's a reality, especially for Bulgaria, because I have seen every single day of 2007 transition to European Union. You know, the first day we lost tens of people. They just go to Europe to work. Today we have more than 250 people in our company, which we employ them in Europe. They are Bulgarians and we pay them and they work in Europe for our projects. So nobody, okay, very few people will say, oh, I love my city, I'm from this city and I will live in that city. Very few people. Maybe, I don't know if you make a percentage, maybe 10, maybe 20, but that's never enough. Also I saw the population, 290,000 of the region, but like central population is 130, 40. So to bring new industry and to have enough people to work in these industries and to invite more people, this is my very important, let's say, a request or wish from the municipality to make the city planning also in parallel with the nice living areas, new opportunities, like Sofia became 3 million, and like all these offices were done because Sofia made a lot of city developments. They changed the architecture of Sofia in total, and Sofia grew, became a very big city. And this has to be planned. By the way, in Sofia, some of the areas were not planned well, and we have the problem in Sofia, but still it's not bad. Maybe it's a very nice time for Stara Zagora to take these steps from those days. Thank you.
Veli, the last word goes to you.
Yeah, since I'm last, I'm just going to echo what the guys are saying, but yeah. First position, strategically positioned, easy access, good infrastructure, city itself, decent to live, access to schools, access to kindergartens, no problems with traffic. And most importantly, yeah, the municipality is really supportive, so they're probably going to make it as easy as possible. Cost effective and attractive.
All right, cost effective and attractive. I think that's a fabulous note to end on. Thank you to all of my four guests for joining us for this. I think it's great, as I say, that so many of you are from Stara Zagora. You're still here. You're employing people in Stara Zagora, and you really are a fantastic advert for the city. And hopefully that will give a bit of encouragement to investors who are potentially thinking about coming here and setting up shop. So thank you very much, gentlemen. Before I leave the stage, I just want to say a word of thanks to our fabulous simultaneous translators who have been doing a good job all morning. It's an essential job, it's a tough job, and the little people in the booths often get forgotten. I know that because at a much earlier stage in my career, I used to be one of those people doing that. So I'd just like a round of applause for our wonderful translators, please.
And if we have some questions to the speakers, please raise your hand. I know you wanted to leave already, but if there are any questions for the speakers, please. Oh, there is one here. Do we have a mic? Can I just take? Oh, okay. Please introduce yourself and ask the question.
Здравейте, аз ще говоря на български.
Hello, I will speak in Bulgarian and hopefully the interpreters would be able to interpret to those present English-speaking. My name is Stefan Shoselov. I'm chairperson of the board of directors of Zagora Industrial Zone, and I'm also chairperson of the Confederation of Employers and Industrials in Bulgaria in Stara Zagora region. At the same time, I'm also one of the investors in our town. Foremost, regarding this meeting, this is an incredible meeting, and I would like to thank the organizers for holding this meeting. During the first panel that we witnessed, it was very important to give us the opportunity to comment together with the foreign partners and the participants in the first panel. Why is this important? The people from Stara Zagora region are quite benefited regarding the industrial zone. As you mentioned, our location is of key importance in Bulgaria. We have the Trachea Highway, the Maritsa Highway, and the new highway that would connect the north and the south is bypassing. I have companies both in Germany and Austria. I know that one of the most important things for an investor is when the investment is maximum close to highways that provide maximum transportation opportunities. Secondly, as chairperson of the board of directors of the industrial zone Zagora, at the moment we have more than 600,000 acres, and we will enlarge this area, this land, provide it to future investors in the best possible condition, equipped with all the communication, water, electricity, gas, sewagery, etc. Everything that is necessary for a potential investor. Also, I would like to point out that there is no other town in Bulgaria where communication between business and a local government is such at high level. The municipality of Stara Zagora provides opportunities to investors in the most expedient way to register their companies, to register their documents, everything related to their future investment. And I believe that this is very important for a potential investor. During the first panel, the panelists commented that Bulgaria and the people that would like to develop professionally in Bulgaria. Well, they try to be to teach us, but I would like to mention that the Bulgarian children and students have very high achievements at international. They receive awards, first and second place awards in these international contests. This means that the Bulgarian nation has an enormous potential. And your colleague also raised the question, why to invest in Stara Zagora? I would like to say the following. At the moment, in the last couple of years, in Stara Zagora region, we are creating innovation technologies that would be of interest to companies globally. When we talk about the green economy, we should not only talk about green hydrology through electrolysis, also solar panels and cells and batteries. We should talk about more important things, also the utilization and the reuse of wastes. For example, tires, plastics, paper, other waste, human waste, etc. This all provide enormous opportunities for the production of economically viable products. And when I say all this, I wanted to invite colleagues from South Korea, from the USA, to see these technologies face to face. These are technologies for the capture of carbon dioxide up to 98%. This carbon dioxide, also the flue gases from the power plants, we can produce very important products like methane, also sulfur. This is fuel for jets, ecological fuel, also biodiesel. So all these are very important products. Just a few more words, please allow me to say. A few days ago, there was an information from the future Minister of Environment in the USA, and he said that in the last 50 years, the level of carbon dioxide globally has increased by 0.005 thousandths. So I suppose that in the next years there would be a very serious change in the mindset. And it is not important to set aside certain technologies, but to make these technologies structured in such a way as not to pollute the environment. We have such technologies, and in the past few months, we had visits from companies from Finland, from the USA, from Canada. They would like to buy the patents of these technologies. But we are not selling these patents. We want these productions to develop here on the territory of Stara Zagora region. We have incredible technologies, and these technologies can transform Stara Zagora and make Stara Zagora the most intellectually developed towns in the entire world. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for this comment rather than question. It leads us perfectly well into the third session, which we are going to talk about strategies for development of Stara Zagora and the Stara Zagora region. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us. There's stairs on this side. Fantastic. So we are now about to start our third session where we are going to talk about these strategies that I just mentioned. And to do that, I would like to invite three fantastic speakers onto the stage, and that is Radostin Tanev, who is the deputy mayor of the Stara Zagora municipality. Mayor, please join me. Borislava Grabowska, who is the senior advisor at the European Investment Bank. And last but not least, I have one more mic, Rosica Rajkova, who is the head of the Investment, Energy, Efficiency and Transition. Oh, you're sitting on this side, okay. You surprised me a bit. Sorry about that. So, no, stay. So, Rosica is the head of the Investment, Energy, Efficiency and Green Transition Department at the municipality of Stara Zagora. So, throughout the day, we've been talking about quite a few different things, starting from the global perspective, but also the research that PwC with Emerging Europe support has conducted over the last 12 months. And we talked about the local success stories, and we've heard a lot of very loyal comments and emphasizing the wealth of opportunities that the Stara Zagora municipality and district offer. What I would like you to do, and I will start with the mayor, is to share your opening statement, sort of commenting on the wealth of opportunities that we have discussed since the morning.
Thank you. First, I want to thank all of you that you're here. You see that you're more than welcome in Stara Zagora.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that we will have a lot of meetings in the future. What I can say about this, what we hear here is that, okay, we have two sides, two panels. The first panel was a good one. I think we can learn some things of this. But I think too that the second panel shows the little difference between that what the number says and what are the true here in Stara Zagora. Mm-hmm. We are a city who is trying, our municipality is trying to work very hard for the investors, for the business which is here, and we see it in the business which is here. So I hope so that the new investors in Stara Zagora will see a friend or a partner in our in us. So it will be great if we can make more such a meeting as this, and to show that Stara Zagora is a place where the business can develop himself. It's I would say that it's a good place for a new plans, and that we are ready for it.
Well, we definitely need to put Stara Zagora on the map, on the global map, so those investors are more knowledgeable about the opportunities. I want to go to Borislava now, and I would like you to look at the topic and the challenges and the opportunities from an IFI perspective. I'm talking about an an international financial institution that EIB is.
Thank you, and it's been a pleasure actually to be part of this event and to listen to the previous two panels. I'm really very happy that such a very broad and wide multitude of views and experiences was shared here today. And when we talk about investments and we talk about projects, at the end of the day, it also comes down to money. And probably this is my part in the panel, to talk a little bit about money. And
Borislava has the money.
Yes. Yes, so it is, of course, a way to speed development by borrowing money. And this can be done by the private investor, of course, but also it can be done by public authorities who want to develop their projects faster and be more attractive destination. So, of course, we have plenitude of grants available, being part of the European Union and having access to a lot of funds. And this is, of course, a great thing to have in mind. And I would actually strongly support the utilization of grant money to the maximum, because this is the free money we have access to, and it can allow us to do projects that otherwise maybe we wouldn't do. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, if we focus only on utilizing grants, then we kind of lose the big picture sometime, and we don't dream so big as we should. And maybe this is the place where I would really advertise for other options of financing and other ways of making these dreams come true.
So we're going to come back to the money, because money is always important, and as they say, makes the world go round. But I want to go back to, go to Rosica now. And we've been talking about strategy, so I would like you to focus on that in your opening statement.
But first, let me just express how happy I am that such kind of event is happening in my hometown. This is really a dream that came true. An economic forum of such a scale. Thank you for everyone who is involved in this. The Emerging Europe, YANEF and YANEF, PwC, we as Invest Department at the municipality, thank you really for making this possible, because I think that the Stara Zagora region really needs such kind of events and really people to know what we can offer as an opportunity. So basically this is our strategy, really to promote ourselves, not only in Bulgaria but abroad. And I'm sure that all of you who are here today, you are our ambassadors. And all of the companies who have been in the stage, in the second panels, are also an excellent ambassadors to our region.
But I have to say that you are too, because as someone who lived outside Stara Zagora for quite some time and decided to come back and help, you are also an ambassador for the city.
Yes, it's true, and I do my job with. I'm very happy with it. I really enjoy it. So, for me, it's a pleasure. Everything that we are doing in our team, I'm so happy that each year there is so much success that we have achieved so far. So, and I'm thankful for all the efforts that we are putting on this. But on the strategy,
Yes.
Really, I mean, we need to talk about Stara Zagora. When I started at the municipality around 5 years ago, pretty much all of the attention was on the capital and the other